For the skirt pattern, I took my top line and then my waist to my hip to my knee to my length, and then I added 3 more inches. And then now we're going to be taking my round hip. Please remember, for this pattern we're not using any allowance because this is a lycra fabric. So my hip divided by 4, I took the measurement, and then for my knee line I'm going to be taking a 1.5 inches from my knee line divided by 4. You can see I took out 1.5, and then I'm going to take out down the knee line measurement down to my length, and then I'm going to connect like so with my curve rule. So if you're just watching this skirt pattern, I already have a top pattern, an asymmetric top pattern for this skirt in the last video. Please, you can go ahead and check on the last video that I did, so you can learn how to make an asymmetric top basque top. So now we are taking the measurement down to the hem line, and now we've got our skirt pattern. For the waistline at the front, we're going to come in by 1/2 inch at the side seam, and then we're going to come down by 1/2 inch at the center front. So we're going to be cutting this pattern at the front and at the back because it's a lycra fabric. But this waistline, we're not going to cut it at the back. You see what I'm going to do. So extend this by 1/2 inch. We are going to be labeling it front, so we will know, and then the upper part is back, and then I'm going to be putting out my 1/2 inch upward. So now we're going to be cutting our pattern from the paper so we can transfer it to our fabric. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit sick, but I need to still post this video. I'm sorry my voice is sounding this way. I'm getting better though. So I'm cutting through the pattern for both the front and the back. Now for the slash and the spread method, well, I'm going to come down by 2 inches because I don't want the slash and spread. I don't want my fullness to start from my knee line. I want to come down by 2 inches. So now I'm going to rule, and then at the middle point of this pattern I'm going to be slashing. I'm taking my tracing wheel and I'm tracing to the other part. I'm going to extend this line like so, and then I'm going to cut out the middle, and then I'm going to cut to the other end of the 2 parts. If you understand slash and spread, you understand what I'm trying to say. But for beginners, I'm going to cut it to the line and then cut it left and cut it right to the edge point. Don't cut it too much, if not it's going to fall out. So now for the fullness of my flare, I don't want it to be too full because for this design, for the style of the top and the skirt, I used 2 yards of fabric, so I don't have much fabric left. So for this fullness, I'm going to be using 8 inches. So now we're going to determine the center by marking a line, and then we're going to spread this out. I am doing 8 inches, so I'm going to be taking 4 inches left and then 4 inches right, and then I am going to mark it like so. The next thing for me to do now is to pin on my fabric so it doesn't move. And now I'm going to be curving it this way with, so the left side can meet the right side. I'm going to be curving it with my curve rule. This is called hip curve rule. So I'm going to be using, you can use any type of you can use your master pattern or any type of your ruler, or you can use your hand, but because this is a lycra fabric, making it a little bit difficult for me to use my hand. Please remember the half inch we took at the front line. We're still going to take it at this front, but we're going to be cutting the front and the back together firstly. So now for the cutting, I'm going to be adding half of an inch round for sewing allowance. So now for this skirt, before I forgot to tell you, this is an elastic waisted skirt. It's a low waist. I'm not going to be adding any band. So I took my natural waist to my hip. I didn't take from my true waist to my hip. I took from my natural waist to my hip. And then for the elastic, my elastic is 1 inch, so that's why I'm adding half of an inch on the waistline. But if you don't want to add half of an, if you want your skirt to be really like low waist, there's no need for you to add half of an inch on the waistline. But you know, we are Nigerians, so I don't want it to be too low, so that's why I just added half of an inch. And when I add the half of an inch, I'm still taking out half of an inch from the main skirt because the elastic is 1 inch. So now I'm going to be cutting out the front. Remember, I'm going to be taking out half of an inch on the front, the one that we put there before. So you can see how I did it. I didn't want to waste paper to do the front and the back when it is actually the same pattern. So this is how I did it, and this is how you should do yours too. So now I'm taking out the back pattern from this skirt, and now I'm going to be pinning up the front to the pattern so that I can curve it the same exact way it is on the pattern. So now I'm going to be taking out the half of an inch that I put at the back seam, because remember we already took out half of an inch on the front pattern. And now this is our pattern. We're going to be sewing by half of an inch round, and then I'm going to be weaving the hem line. And so now this is my skirt. I've hemmed it, I overlocked the inside, and then I sew. Now for the waist, I told you the band is 1 inch, and now we're going to be cutting exactly our waist measurement. My waist is 27 inches and I cut the band 27 inches. Now to sew, we're going to be pinning the band round the skirt. There's no need for you to stretch the band or the fabric because it is exactly how it should be. Now for the sewing of the band to the skirt, we're going to be overlocking this like this by quarter or little. You're just going to be overlocking it, just take out little. And now for the stitching of the band to the skirt, we're going to fold it inward like this. At the side seam, we're going to just sew. We're just going to top stitch this way at the we're going to top stitch this way. And now we're done with top stitching. Your skirt is going to come out this way. So now this is our skirt and then our top that I made in the last video. We've come to the end of this video. Please like, share, drop a comment, and bye.